Wow. Okay. Looks like it's working. Oh, that's bright. All right, we're going to go with that. Just had a train go through, so I'm waiting for that to finish. There we go. So I'm going to try a little experiment. I tried doing it locally to do a recording and video and audio to try to do a podcast and a video at the same time. And I ended up with great audio and uh, video of my screen instead of video of me talking. So I'm trying a live video here. See how that goes. The lighting leaves a lot to be desired. It's really glaring off my glasses. I've got an anti-reflective coating, but that I see myself in the screen. That's terrible. So I obviously need a different setup for that. So, okay. Well, my topic for today is NPC ideas. And so it's something I've written about on my blog. I'll have to track down the article on my blog and add it to the description. But basically, you can use your old PCs that you played as a player as NPCs in your campaigns. So if you're a game master, that helps show one side of the importance of a game master playing as a PC of different classes and so forth. And because when you play a character, it helps cement that character, their skills, their classes into your mind, and helps you add more to your portrayal of classed NPCs. And in my experience, I can run any character. I've played enough sessions to get a feel for them. I do better with an emergent style of developing my character rather than writing a backstory, because with a backstory, you've got to remember stuff. And if you get too involved, there's too much to remember, and you end up doing an emergent anyway. And you don't need a carbon copy of your character. You can just use one of your past characters and just one aspect to inform some particular trait of one of your NPCs. They don't even have to be the same class. If there's something about one of your old characters or another player's old characters that fits for a certain NPC you have envisioned, you can use that. I've also used NPCs based on people that I know. In my own campaign, my in-person campaign, a minor NPC is actually based off of one of my brothers. And it's probably a little too close, and he might smack me if he saw me do it, but, you know, different states, yada, yada. But you can base your NPCs off of all kinds of things. So not just your past PCs or the PCs of other players or NPCs you've enjoyed from other Game Masters campaigns or just actual people you know, but characters in books, TV, or movies. And so just like you can take elements of a plot and make it your own when you're developing an adventure, you can take elements of other characters from other sources and make them your own as NPCs. And similarly, as a player, you can do the same thing to help flesh out your to flesh out your character. And if you've ever written fiction or biography, take elements of the characters and people and use those in your games. Another helpful thing is to just sit down and review lists of traits for NPCs. The first edition AD&D Dungeon Master's Guide is a great source of traits for NPCs. There's several pages worth of different things. how they view money, how they view honor, how they view morality, etc. And there are several other retro clones and rule sets that have similar tables. You can also find several similar tables for free online or in other places. So the main thing is to think of traits of people that are memorable to you in real life. And for somebody that annoys you, what traits stand out as their most annoying? Now, I don't recommend you copy a trait of someone that you actually game with, as that is some passive-aggressive nonsense that really doesn't belong at the table. But take people you knew as a kid. Old man so-and-so, the neighbor across the street that was always yelling at you to keep off their lawn, or whatever it was they were yelling at you about. What about that recollection of days gone by can you bring to your game? And there might be a teacher or a coach or something through elementary and high school, and a professor in college, a boss, anybody. The key is avoid pulling that with people that you're actually gaming with. So that's basically the same way as I approach anything that I develop is for running my games, is I just take something that I already know or new knowledge I gain through my reading or watching of TV or something, and I say, oh, that's really cool. I could use that for this NPC. And most of that is just cataloged in the back of my mind. And so when I'm actually ready to use that, it'll pop out and say, oh, yeah, I remember that. Let's use that. And so I'm sure other game masters will suggest the same thing, because the more you immerse yourself as a consumer of books and TV and movies and comics and whatever other source, the more source material you have to draw from. And as I've talked about in another one of my podcasts, everybody's Appendix N is everything they've ever read, seen, or done. So any movie, any play, and so forth. So I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. I'd invite your comments. If you're a game master, what do you do to help flesh out your NPCs? And if you're a player, what do you do to help flesh out your character? Thanks for listening, and game on.